On September 20th, 1998, Beargrass Christian Church installed Dr. John Hull as Minister of Christian Education. Paul Dora, Vice Chair of the official board, led the responsive reading, and James Brooks, Associate Regional Minister for the region of Georgia, offered the sermon.
Well, number one, his background with doctor in Bible history was what really fit in, and he obviously had a lot of knowledge.
Dr. Hull once explained his role as Minister of Christian Education as instilling a love of learning in his students. He said, "I see my task as a Minister of Christian Education as working alongside the members and friends of Beargrass to create an atmosphere in which people are excited about their journey in faith."
I was impressed, so impressed with one of the Bibles that he used during the Bible study, because it was Hebrew on one page and Greek on the other, and there was no English, and he translated as he read from that. And to me, my mouth would, drop open, and I think, how can that be? But he had such a wealth of knowledge. He had been to the Holy Land, and so he could relate to certain things, names and places in the Bible and the things that go along with all of that. And he could just, it just made it real.
Well, obviously it made it become more real, and it wasn't just reading the words in the Bible, but like I said, the way he gives you the real story with all of his knowledge, he can actually tell you, if you're asking about, well, what does that word really mean? He will tell you what that word means in three different languages, not only in English, but he'll also go up and write it down in Hebrew. And he said, but the real derivative came from Greek. And those are all the stories. They kind of blend together, so you really get a deep understanding of what's going on. And I've always enjoyed that.
And there's the children's ministry, and it's when my son comes in terms of, John was there for pastor's class, and remember he would bake bread with them and come Seder meals, and just really expanding, I think making it real, tactile, or just, making it extra special for those children.
John's always had a devotion to the church. All the things that he's been involved in, all the things that he's worked with in the church, it's never been about John. It's always been for the good of the church. And I've always admired that. He's a very, very humble person, and very willing to help out and give his knowledge and apply that for the benefit of Beargrass.
Very caring. If you're talking to him, he stops what he's doing and looks right at you, and you have his undivided attention, whether he has time for it or not.
Ron mentioned earlier today how he remembers when he had some surgery several years ago, but and how John came to visit with him and sit with him, and so it's just those little things that make a difference. So.
He's been a great person to talk things through with. I had an illness about 15 years ago, and that was pretty serious, and John knows that. We've talked about that a lot, and he was great to talk with then when I was sick.
He's a good guy. He's just a really good guy.
He's a good friend, and Jesus said in Scripture, he said, you're not my servants, not only my servants, but I call you friend. And being his friend is really great. Really great.
Just a deep sense of gratitude for a job well done. It's been a steady and supportive friend and colleague, and that's been a gift to me and to the church, and I just want to express a word of deep appreciation and gratitude for the gift of 20 plus years at Beargrass.